Hello and welcome to this video and to Eurovision weekend. Whoop, 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 whoop. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know this is one of my favourite weekends of the year, but things are a bit different. So normally for the last, I don't know how many years my brother's come, we've watched Eurovision together. Pete has disappeared, but this year I am forcing him to watch it with me because otherwise I will be alone. Plus, you know, last week was the endpoint party, so I did things for him for that. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here. And he's off and about for the next couple of months, so he can sit and watch Eurovision. Can't he, Jeff? So that's what we're doing. There's other stuff going on. We're about to head off to Screwfix and B&Q. Woohoo! Because we're starting to at our dining room, but I'm going to do a separate video.
Pete's great.
But and now he's interrupted my train of thought. So we're going to those shops so that, because we're starting on our dining room, we're going to do some painting this weekend, but that's going to be in a separate video when it's all come together and all sorted. But yeah, I'll take you along for the Eurovision fun, and Pete's, first one for a very long time. Right, I suppose we better go and get some paint and some rollers and stuff. I know it always looks like I don't actually move from this place, but I do. I'm in a completely different outfit. So we went to B&Q and all of that, and we painted what we wanted to paint. So that's now drying, and we'll probably do the second coat tomorrow. And I've just sat and finished my book, which was Sweet Pea by C.J. Scoosh. It was good, but you'll hear all about it in the book review, which must be coming out soon when this one comes live, if it isn't already. So yeah, it's now 5:30, so it will probably be time to be about taking Jeff out soon and having some dinner, and then Eurovision time. Whoop whoop whoop. So yeah, looking forward to it. But I'm going to take this book, go get my next one. Find my phone. I don't know where I've put that. Right, I'm in the third outfit of the day. Because the painting clothes were not very comfortable, so I thought I would get the jammies on ahead of Eurovision. So he's going to start making dinner. Got nachos today, haven't we?
Yep.
And
You like a bit of nachos?
yeah, it's very precarious the way you're using that knife. And yes, we're going to do that. We'll probably have eaten that before Eurovision starts, just because I get hangry, so I have to eat before, 8 o'clock when the show starts. But we're currently watching both This Is Going to Hurt, which is the adaptation of the Adam Kay book, which if you haven't read that book, I would recommend. It's a non-fiction, it's a memoir. Adam Kay, he is now like a comedy writer and stuff like that, but he was a doctor in the NHS, so it's his time being a junior doctor and all of that kind of stuff. It's very eye-opening, but also very funny. So we're watching the sort of dramatised version of that, which is a little different, but still entertaining. And then we're also watching His Dark Materials, which is the last series, which came out over Christmas, but we didn't watch it then. But with Jeff, it's quite difficult because there's loads of animals in it because of their demons, which is why we're watching the two, so that we have a non-animal programme while we're eating, because we're still on the sofas, hence making the dining room, and then we can hold on to Jeff while we watch His Dark Materials. And I really need to go and cough, and my battery needs to be charged, so I'll come back to you with Eurovision or dinner, one of the two. It doesn't look like much, but it's bloomin' tasty. I do like a nacho dinner. Also, you'll see from tomorrow's meal as well, but we haven't eaten wonderfully this week, and that's all because we bought food on a hangover. Note to self for that one, for future.
See, in this city, you never walk alone.
That
Very warm welcome to the United
always makes me smile. So we're ready. Pete and Jeff, they're in place, they're ready. We've got some gin. We're going in. Jeff's not a fan of Portugal. You're not a fan? I'm like, the light is shining on me. I'm too lazy to go and turn the light on. So I'm just got my torch on. Pete.
Yes.
Favourite? Who do you want to win?
Australia, the best, I think.
You want Australia? I'm not sure. There are a lot of good songs in it, but none of them are like, yeah, that's the one I want. So, I mean, obviously I'd like the UK because then it'll be back in the UK and this time I might actually be able to get through the Ticketmaster queue and get a ticket because I did try very hard for this one. But alas, no luck, hence why I'm sat here in the dark with a dog that keeps whining. I don't know what.
He's calmed for the last like 15 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah. But now is down to the brutal voting where we see what happens. We have a winner. It was the obvious one. Lauren from Sweden. Euphoria is a better song than Tattoo. So that is my closing opinion on that. Have they now equalled... Oh, why am I asking you? You're not going to know. I'll ask you. Have they now equalled Ireland's record? Or are they one behind still? I don't know.
Second before.
I think so.
They were second before they won one.
So they've probably equalled.
Looking forward to it.
But yeah, you know, it's always a late night the Eurovision, so it's definitely time to go to bed. And I will see you in the morning. Hello, good morning and welcome to Sunday. So we have been for a walk in the woods already. We've got the dinner going in the slow cooker because we're gonna try and make some pulled pork today. And then other plans is we've got to do some more on the dining room, which as I said will be in a separate vlog when that's all coming together. I want to make some shortbread. Pete might try and mow the lawn. Yeah, lots of bits and bobs to do, so let's get cracking, let's start the day. Let's get on with it. Right, we're doing well. Pete's over here, mowing the lawn for the first time in his life. There's a lot of grass, as you can see. Don't think we're going to get neat lines, but that's a start.
Get some poo bags, please.
Huh?
Get some poo bags so I don't like mow Jeff's poo up.
Lovely, and it all slats in your face,
Exactly.
yeah. So let me go and get some poo bags. Poo bags for Pete. And then while he's been doing that, I mean, we've been very stereotypical in our roles. I've been in the kitchen. Hey, Jeffy. Whoops. So as I said, I'm making shortbread. I didn't have quite enough for the recipe, so we've only got 6 rounds. They're not very neat because I couldn't be bothered, but they're just in the fridge chilling. And for the first time in my life, I'm trying to make some crackling. I don't know if it's coming out very well. Because we used a pork joint for the pulled pork, we had that left over. So I thought, why the hell not try and make some crackling? I like crackling, so fingers crossed that'll actually come out alright, but we'll see. I was probably supposed to have preheated the oven and stuff way before, but we'll give it a go and we'll see what happens. It would have just been thrown otherwise, so let's see what it's like. But that doesn't have too long left on it to go. When that's done, I can then think about putting my shortbread in, and then that'll all be done in the whole, for the time being, until it's time for dinner in the slow cooker. But it is like midday, so it is kind of lunchtime, but hey ho, we'll have to wait for that for a little bit until Pete's mowed some more of the lawn. So my shortbread's gone in, my crackling's come out. For a first attempt, I don't think that's too bad. I don't know how crackly it is, but there we go. I would say that's not too shabby for a first attempt, but I guess the proof is in the pudding, or the crackling in this case. I now need to go and do some stuff in the dining room, so I will come back to you anon. Right, I'm in the painting cloves. Chopped up the crackling. Some of it's worked, some of it hasn't. Me and Pete both tried it. It tastes nice, it's just not quite there. And then my shortbread's come out of the oven. So, and Pete's still mowing the lawn over there. And we've got the washing on, and it's all going well. This has turned into a very food heavy vlog, but Pete wanted chocolate on the shortbread, so I've just melted a couple of squares and rouged on them and stick it back in the fridge just to let that set while we eat the pulled pork, which is almost done. So we've got some chips in the oven, some salad, and then we've got the buns for it to go with. Should be good, so I'll show you that later. Alright, so the pulled pork is done. There is some vegetables that's on the table, salad. So on that note, this unexpectedly foodie vlog is going to come to an end, so I can eat this and then we're going to watch TV. And then obviously prepare for work tomorrow. I have something in my eyeball. But if you've liked this vlog, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.